We spend our whole lives chasing happiness. But here's the paradox. The harder we chase it, the further it seems to run. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll be happy when I succeed, when I earn more money, when I finally make it big"? But what if the secret to happiness was never in success, money, or fame at all? What if it was something far older, something hidden in plain sight? And here's the question that stings. How many years have you already spent searching in the wrong places? This is the story of Arin, a restless traveler who scoured the world for happiness, until he uncovered an ancient truth that could change your life forever. Arin was a traveler, admired wherever he went. Young, ambitious, full of energy, yet restless in spirit. To those who saw him, he looked free. But inside, he was chained to a single belief, that happiness was always waiting on the other side of the horizon. The next mountain, the next city, the next treasure. Surely, he thought, that's where I'll find it. But no matter how far he went, happiness slipped through his fingers. He earned money, trading goods along his journeys. Yet the coins in his pouch felt cold, and the silence in his heart remained. He gathered souvenirs from every land, carved trinkets, rare stones, colorful fabrics, but none gave him peace. Friends who once joined his adventures began to drift away. They grew tired of chasing after promises that never came true. Even at festivals surrounded by music and laughter, Arin felt the emptiness echo louder than the drums. Maybe you've felt the same. Have you ever achieved something you were sure would finally make you happy, only to wake up the next day with the same ache inside? Arin's life was like a crow chasing shiny objects, distracted, restless, always rushing from one glittering prize to the next, never satisfied with what he had in his hands. And with every mile, with every restless pursuit, he felt the same truth gnawing at him. Happiness was always out of reach. But here's the twist. The thing he chased across mountains and seas was never far away. One day, in a forgotten village, Arin would meet a wise elder. And in the simplest of moments, that elder would show him happiness in the most unexpected way. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Arin wandered into a forgotten village. Dusty streets, weathered homes, a stillness that felt almost timeless. There he met a gray-haired elder, sitting calmly outside a modest hut. Unlike the merchants and kings Arin had crossed paths with, this man's presence was quiet, but powerful. His eyes seemed to see through the restless fire in Arin's heart. "Traveler," the elder said, "come inside." The hut was humble. No treasures, no ornaments, just simple mats, clay walls, and a wooden table. And yet Arin felt more peace there than he had in any palace. The elder filled a glass of water to the very brim and placed it in Arin's hands. "Walk across the courtyard," he instructed, "and do not spill a single drop." Arin smirked. Easy enough, he thought. But as he stepped outside, the challenge became harder than expected. He fixed his gaze on the water, careful, deliberate, every step measured. The world around him blurred, the children playing nearby, the flowers swaying in the wind, the evening sky painted in gold. At last he returned triumphant. Not a single drop spilled. "I did it," Arin said proudly. The elder asked, "And what did you see in the courtyard?" Arin frowned. "Nothing. I only looked at the glass." The elder's smile was gentle but sharp. "That," he said, "is your life. You are so focused on what you think will make you happy, the treasure, the wealth, the applause, that you miss the beauty already around you. And so, happiness keeps slipping away." Arin stood silent, the truth piercing deeper than he expected. The elder continued with a story. "There was once a king who had everything: gold, jewels, servants, palaces. yet he never smiled. His people pitied him, for all his treasures could not bring peace. One day a gardener placed a single flower in his chamber. The king, for the first time, paused. He saw its colors, its fragrance, its life, and he smiled. Not because he gained more, but because he noticed what had always been there. Now let me ask you, if you were asked to carry a full glass of water today, would you stare only at the weight in your hands? Or would you notice the flowers, the sky, and the people smiling around you? For Arin, the revelation was clear. Happiness was never hiding in the chase. It was waiting in presence, in gratitude, in the simple treasures he had been blind to all along. The next morning, Arin did something unusual. He didn't rush toward the next road or plan which mountain to climb. Instead, he sat quietly at the edge of the village and watched the sunrise. The sky shifted from soft gray to shades of fire, and for the first time in years he didn't feel restless. He simply felt alive. That day he ate with the villagers. Not in grand halls, not with music and gold, but around a wooden table, sharing simple bread and warm stew. Yet in that laughter, in the passing of bowls, in the stories told between bites, he felt a warmth no treasure had ever given him. At night he opened his journal. Instead of recording what he had gained or where he planned to go, he wrote about the small moments, the smile of a child chasing a ball, the sound of rain against the roof, the peace of silence after a long day. Each entry was a seed of gratitude, and with every page, something inside him grew stronger. Happiness, he realized, was like a bamboo tree. It doesn't grow tall overnight. For years it hides underground, building roots, unseen. But once it rises, it stands tall, unshakable, swaying gracefully no matter how strong the winds. Gratitude was his root, patience was his soil, and joy began to grow. The changes were undeniable. Arin felt lighter, no longer burdened by endless wanting. He reconnected with old friends, not through promises of adventure, but through presence, listening, and time. And for the first time, joy wasn't a distant horizon. It was here, in this breath, in this moment. Now ask yourself, what would your life look like if you stopped chasing the next big thing and started noticing the small treasures already around you? Because happiness isn't something we discover later. It's something we practice now. Arin learned the ancient truth. Happiness isn't hidden in riches or travels or the applause of strangers. It's hidden in gratitude, the quiet art of noticing life exactly as it is. Because happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you practice. It's the laughter shared over a simple meal. It's the peace in watching rain tap against the window. It's the silence that reminds you you're still here, still alive. Happiness is like the sunrise. It doesn't wait for you at the horizon tomorrow. It rises quietly within you today. So let me ask you, what simple moment can you be grateful for right now? And how much joy have you already missed by chasing what's next? If you believe gratitude is the secret to happiness, type gratitude in the comments. Share this story with someone who's still running after the horizon. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. Stories that remind you the treasure you've been chasing has been within you all along.